YouTube. What's going down? Recording a quick little video. I got a little recap of how today went, highs and lows. Um, Figured I'd take like a quick little stroll and just kind of do a slight recap. How you doing? Do a slight recap. So let's see. I even came prepared with notes last time I walked, and I was doing it off the cuff. I think I had a little more rambling than I like. So um, so basically, the recap of my today was I traded terrible. Um, I I have some rules in place, some of which to just keep myself safe, and then also make sure that I'm trading in high probability times, trading the right setups. And so I swore off pre-market trading and after hours trading after like I've had like several blown accounts by having too much size. Hey, how you doing? Too much size. And then what happens is, you get some really wicked stuff that happens after hours where you have these candles that make really long wicks and just getting stopped out of like winning trades essentially. So, that I don't know if that's just something that's with the platform that I use or the eval that I'm on, but I say, I think it's just a better game plan just to leave it alone altogether, which which I which I was doing. And then this morning when I was marking up my pre-market uh, watch list, I saw some large percent gainers from yesterday that was doing like crazy numbers, up over 100%. I think QH was a ticker. It's a really micro cap, small cap stock. Anyways, it was up like over 100%, and it was up over maybe 200 or 300% yesterday. So I'm like, okay, this is one of these Chinese pump and dumps because it was one of the Chinese tickers, and there was a lot of them that were um, had a lot of really big after hour pre market volume. So I thought it was a good idea to kind of take a trade. And I thought about it. And I'm like, yeah, it's worth it. It's a high probability setup. I wish I hadn't in hindsight, but I decided to take a position. It went against me. And rather than sticking to my initial stop loss, I decided it was a good idea to average down. And I averaged down once, and a second time. So I averaged down 3 different times. And I had way too many shares. And around 8 a.m. or whatever, the I got stopped out. The market did something like super crazy, and just like I had one of those situations where I was telling you I had one of those crazy wicks that it ran up to 315. I don't know if it was like a mistake on the ticker. I hear people talking. I don't know exactly what happened, but anyway, I got stopped out of my position, and then that was that. And then also, um, let's see what else. Let me pull up my notes. Okay, so I said I was a little too eager to miss the action. That was the reason why I took the position, even though I know it's not a good idea to trade after hours or pre-market, at least for me. And I was just too eager. Let's see. I'm gonna make sure. Oh, okay, so I did take patient setup in my live account, and I just ended up. I usually ended up um, treating a live account a lot different than I do with the evaluation. I mean, it's live capital, so like I'm trying to be as careful as possible. With that kind of money, I don't want to like lose that actual money where I can pull out versus the evaluation is still simulated capital. So I'm not actually trading live money. So psychologically, I think I just treat it differently, which I think is a problem. But that's something that I'm aware of, and that I'll continue to work on. Um, oh, and then also another thing that with the evaluation, there's like a minimum profit that you can have. Uh, I mean, in order for it to be considered a qualifying trade, so like 10 cents essentially. And if you're dealing with micro cap, really small stocks, um, sometimes, if you're scalping or you're like, trading reversal and you just want to kind of buy towards the bottom and sell into, maybe your first profit taking zone, maybe into some support, or at least, if you want to scale out of the position, you got to be careful because there's rules with the evaluation where you have to have a minimum of 10 cents on a said trade. Large cap, no problem, but small cap, sometimes that could be a whole day for some of these tickers. And then also, there's a timeline as far as how long you have to hold it. So there's a minimum of 60 seconds to qualify as a trade. So, you know, if you're scalping something and it's moving against you, I'm more apt to give it time to kind of play out because I want to close above 10 cents, or if it's a winning trade, if it's above 20 cents, but it's inside of, or if it's above 10 cents, but if it's inside of 60 seconds, inside that 1 minute, if you just want a quick in and out entry, you're not going to be able to, it's not going to be counted towards your actual profit on the evaluation because, the duration is too short. So there's a couple of things where I trade my live capital different than the evaluations, but regardless of all of that, my rules were broken and that was something that was in my control. And so that's the part where I think, I broke my plan by, you know, trading pre-market, lower volume, honestly. So I shouldn't be trading it then anyway. There's less opportunity, less traders in the market. And then I averaged down a couple times, which I haven't done in a long time. But again, this is one of those, in my mind, I'm thinking it was like a perfect setup, right? I felt like this particular setup, like I've seen this not a pump and dump, but these Chinese stocks that they're really gap way up and then they just crash over a day or two. Um, I don't know. If you trade the stock market, you can kind of see some of that with some of the micro cap, small cap stocks. But anyways, I thought it was a great setup, so I was more willing to give it time to play out, which ended up being a bad idea because I didn't blow my account and I'm still green on my evaluation, but uh, I'm seeing that my discipline is kind of being challenged. When I see something like what I deem is like a can't miss trade, I'm more kind of wishy-washy, like, oh, I'll open up the stock market and look, or I'll put in a trade, even though I know that violates what I agree would be, a break in trust or break in my trading plan. So, that stinks. And then also like over risking. So with me averaging down, I took on way too much size. So, for example, let's say on a trade, like a particular trading plan, like you have like a max loss of, let's say, $500 a day. If you're only trading, one $10 stock, it can go all the way down to zero, and the most you would lose would be like $10. You know what I mean? So I'm not risking that much. But if I got 10 times, 1,000 shares, I got 10,000. I don't know if that's the right math, but just go with me. Say if I have $10,000 worth of exposure, you know, um, if that trade moves a tick or two, I'm going to be well over that $500 threshold or whatever that threshold is, a daily loss limit. So by taking on too many shares, I put my account in jeopardy because anything could have happened where um, I don't get stopped out at, a $200 loss or 100. I think it was $164 loss today. I think I lost two or three, $340 yesterday. Like those little, not, those aren't little, but those drawdowns eats at the profits that I made, and then it also erodes a little bit of, the confidence and, some of the goodwill that I built by sticking to my trading plan. So, um, I've heard it said a lot of different times. Basically, it's like a battle of me versus me. And that's true. Honestly, it's just a situation where, I know I have everything already. Um, yeah, I have everything I need. to be a consistent trader that's, getting consistent payouts from the market, consistent withdrawals. Like I have everything I need. My trading plan is solid. As long as I can stick to the risk exposure, stick to my trading plan, there's no reason why I can't, generate a tidy profit, a consistent tidy profit, and be able to scale that over time by, getting access to more capital. So I know what I need to do. I think, you know, there's a few things that are affecting the way I trade. I've been staying up a little late. It's affecting my execution in the morning when I'm getting up to go exercise, get in the gym. Some days I ended up just doing a walk or doing a light workout at the house because I'm not getting out, giving myself enough time in the morning to go exercise. So not lazy, but getting off of those successful discipline habits, and that's starting to bleed over into my trading where I'm trying to get back in that mode of trying to skip steps, get in that mode of taking shortcuts, and that's not a winning plan. That's not a profitable trader, and that's not, well, I put in a lot of work and effort, and so that's not fair to myself, and it's not fair to the family. So I want to make sure that I'm sticking to my plan. I think one thing that I will do is try to integrate a little bit of meditation back into my mornings, or at least sometime throughout the day. I've meditated and done yoga meditation off and on for, well, let's call it 15 years off and on, and I have the Calm app. Hey, I have the Calm. What is it? The Calm, like a meditation app. They have Calm, and then they have Headspace. But this particular hey guys, okay, the the meditation app. I have an annual subscription, and I haven't used it in months, and so this is something where I feel like it might be a good time to get some meditation in, really discipline my thinking, and be that, just tighten up my behavior so that I can make sure that I'm getting better results when I wake up and get into my trading, and I have more emotional discipline, because that's really what the market's all about. At the end of the day, you're just clicking buttons and looking at charts. So that physically is not all that challenging, but just like golf, if you don't know, I grew up playing golf, and golf has been good to me. So it's a great game, and trading is a lot like golf. It's a mental sport, it's a mental game, and you just got to be able to stay locked in and grind it out. So this is my vlog. This is my video journal about my trading today. Um, Definitely got a lot of things to work on. So there's opportunity there, and I know if I stay working on it, I will. This will be a great turnaround video. Of once I do pass my evaluations, once I'm getting those payouts, I'll be able to look back on this video to celebrate. So if you had a rough day this week, this month, this year, keep fighting, keep digging, and good luck. Good luck with your trading. All right. Thanks for tuning in. Make sure to like and subscribe, and we'll catch you in the next one. Peace.